I am not afraid to admit to you guys that I was a little bit freaked out by Lydia this episode. She scares me. I mean, her power as a banshee is some frightening shit. Like, how does she do it? What is going on, you guys? Thank you for joining me again on Christopher's Couch. I am Christopher, and today I'll be reviewing Teen Wolf Season 6, Episode 2, Superposition. Man, did you guys enjoy this episode? I'm not gonna lie, I did. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good follow-up of the first episode last week. Very informational. I mean, Corey can see these Ghost Riders. Man, I feel sorry for him because they are ugly. They are really ugly. Like, what happened to them? It looked like Freddy Krueger and Leatherface combined. Like they, had a baby, and this is what their baby would grow up to look like. A cowboy with a disfigured, sewed up face. They're very hideous. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Somewhat a lot of stuff happened in this episode. I want to talk about, who do I want to talk about first? I guess I'll talk about Lydia first. No, I want to talk about Malia first. I mean, I wonder, is she going through this stuff because she doesn't have Styles around? I mean, in this episode, she was, this is the first time they even showed anyone sleeping with someone else, right? She was sleeping with some guy, and afterwards, I don't know, she's been pretty aggressive, pretty moody lately, I guess you could say. And I mean, she said it also. She's been very dominant lately, and I'm really starting to think that it's because Styles isn't around. So, I mean, like I said in the first review of this season, Styles is like the glue that holds everyone together, and they did a great job showing that in this episode. Like, everyone in their way, and by everyone I mean the original three, Styles, Lydia, Scott, and Malia, all three of them were drawn to this missing person that's missing in their life. Lydia, her with her, going to school, feeling like she was supposed to meet someone, but she doesn't know. Malia, she's in class, she's studying or reading or whatever, highlighting shit. When you're in class and you just highlighting everything, make it seem like you actually doing something, or that you're learning. You highlight everything, stop at one line, skip a few lines, and then highlight some more shit that's irrelevant. That's what she was doing. But she got to the word style, and she stopped and she highlighted in red. Scott, he was remembering the pilot episode, pretty much. The day he went out looking for that body with Styles, and it's the same day the same night he got attacked by Peter. So he was remembering that night. Styles was with him that night, but he can't remember Styles. So I like how everyone was just drawn to this idea that there is somebody that's supposed to be there, but they're not there. Also with Lydia, it's, whenever she felt like she was gonna change, or, she needed a reality check, her and Styles would, go chain her up, make sure she stays human. But she didn't have Styles there, but she could remember that it wasn't Lydia that would help her chain her up, or it wasn't Styles. It wasn't Scott. So who was it? I don't know. But the fact that they were all just thinking, and, they even showed you Styles' locker. Lydia stood next to it. Scott was about to break into it. I don't know. That teacher of theirs, two things. One, he looks creepy. He looks like he's up to something. And two, he honestly looks like he could be one of them students. I don't think he should be teaching at that school. I really feel like that man looks like a teenage boy, pretty much. I mean, they need to check him. Nowadays, teachers sleeping with students, that ain't right. That ain't right. He might be doing that. They need to do a thorough background check. Man, we got the return of not one but two people. Parrish, you know, the hellhound, you gotta love him. And then the veterinarian, I don't even remember that guy's name. But we got the return of both of them. Styles in this episode is working a case. I think that case is gonna be have a tie-in to what's going on with the Ghost Riders, and I wonder if the Hellhound is even gonna get involved in this. I wonder if, you know, they bring him back. But Parrish is happy with what he's doing. He's happy that there's nothing supernatural going on that he's aware of. So that's cool. It was good to see him. Didn't think that, I actually forgot all about him, to be honest with you. But the veterinarian, you know, I was looking forward to see him, because I swear every time they bring this man into every episode, he somehow knows what's going on, who the villain is, the villain's background. It's like, man, it's like this dude is an encyclopedia. I told you they need to do a crossover and have that man working with Sam and Dean, because a lot of stuff that Sam and Dean don't know about in this supernatural realm, this man will clearly know about. This man, I was told bedtime stories. I'm talking about the folklore, the legend says, the legend is, you gotta do this. This man know everything about everything. Like, come on, man. How does he know this stuff? How does he know this stuff? He was able to tell Scott that he needs to sleep in order for his consciousness to kind of remind him of what he's trying to remember. How do you know this? Have you dealt with a Ghost Rider before? Never have they ever mentioned you trying to help people regain their memory. I mean, how many jobs do this man have? He should have a veterinarian. He should be a psychiatrist. He should be a historian. This man needs to have about 10 jobs like Kevin Gates or something, man. This is crazy. Lydia telling her to just let go and write down what she's feeling and stuff, and what comes to mind, but just let it, like, just be loose so she can write all this stuff. And like, hey, when Lydia was doing all that stuff, she was, man, when she was doing all the man, when she was doing all that, I was getting freaked out. I was like, man, this lady, what is her name, Hayden or something like that? I don't know. She need to be in a scary movie, horror movie, or some shit like that, cause she played that role real well. Cause she plays this role well. I would really hate. I mean, I like her character, but I would hate to have the Banshee's abilities and powers. I mean, she's seeing people that aren't there. She's hearing things that that's not there. She's having dreams when she's not even asleep. I'm telling you, we're gonna find out that Freddy Krueger is somehow involved with Banshees. Maybe Freddy Krueger are the ancestors of Banshees. I don't know. It can't be true, but I mean, probably the sleeping part. Like maybe Freddy Krueger slept with a half Banshee, and then they made Banshees, and now Banshees can see in the dreams. And blah, blah, blah. I'm just jibber jabbing, but I would really hate to have her abilities. I don't know. I think I would be in an insane asylum ward. But other than that, we had Liam, who reveals that he's not fucking with Corey, and that's because he doesn't trust Corey, even since Corey was with Theo, and basically, you know, when they were trying to beat that big bad wolf that was blowing people's houses down and eating the pigs, ever since they were trying to beat him, that Corey was nowhere to be found. When Mason was in trouble, Corey was nowhere to be found. Corey just hid, and I mean, Mason pretty much told Liam, what can he do? You know, he doesn't have fangs. He's not intimidating like y'all. All he can do is, you know, go chameleon on him. And that's true. I mean, the guy, honestly, I guess you could say he's the only character in this show so far that just hasn't busted out with karate or something. Everyone else already know how to fight, do taijutsu, ninjutsu, all this other stuff, and he's like the only one that hasn't done any of that. Like, he seriously doesn't know how to fight, and he's not gonna be doing any backflips, cartwheels, or any of that stuff, jumping jacks, or none of that stuff. And I like that. I like that because I get real tired of these people doing karate like they trained with Master Roshi or some shit, when they didn't. They didn't even train with Mr. Miyagi. So they shouldn't be doing karate. But by then, I mean, they squashed their beef. And Corey took Liam into his realm. I'm gonna call it his realm because it's like his own little realm. He ain't that he sees things in, but they come to a truce. They do that, and they go basically where, and they basically go and see where this one kid that the Ghost Riders came and got and erased, and that's what their problem was this whole episode, that they were trying to solve, you know, the mystery of who did we see the Ghost Riders, you know, take, but they couldn't think of the person, they couldn't think of the name or anything like that. So that was what was haunting them. So while Scott and them was trying to think of Styles, they were trying to think of this guy Jake who got erased. And pretty much in Corey's realm, he can see things that aren't in reality. So he can see the Ghost Riders when no one else can. He can. The Ghost Riders are lifting Jake up and about to, you know, make this dude just disappear. He can see him because, you know, he's gone into chameleon style, so he can see in their realm. And so that's what they did. That's how they discovered, you know, who this person was that they all had forgotten. His student ID was there in another realm, but not in their realm, but Corey going into his camouflage state brings him into a different realm where he can see stuff that aren't really there. So it's kind of like what the wolves can do, where, you know, they use their eye, they use their eye color and stuff to kind of see things that aren't really there, you know, see clues that that your eyes can't normally pick up. But with him, it's actually better in a way, because he basically can see stuff that isn't even really there in that dimension in real life, you know. So, and I like that. I think that that's actually pretty cool what they did. They were basically like, it's one of those things where, all right, you don't see it now, but then when you do see it, it then gets pulled into your reality. And I like that. Like, I don't know. I think that this season is really gonna be good. I actually really like that. I mean, that means stuff that's in a different realm. I mean, honestly, it's like Freddy Krueger, honestly. I mean, the kids go to sleep, see Freddy Krueger, they grab him when they're about to wake up, and they pull him into reality, into their realm. So, I mean, basically, that's pretty much how to sum it up. He grabbed, Liam couldn't see the card, but then when Corey grabbed it, the card went from, you know, the camouflage realm to reality, where he could see it. Then they started remembering who the person was. Then they started remembering who got taken. So I mean, I'm sure that's going to lead up to how they're going to be able to get Styles back, how they're going to be able to find everyone else that's missing and stuff like that. And I like that. Corey is being useful. Really useful. Another thing I wanted to point out was Liam becoming captain of the team. I think the speech that Scott was giving him earlier was kind of not only being the captain of, you know, their lacrosse team, but also stepping up to the plate of becoming an alpha when Scott moves on. And I don't feel like Liam is there yet, but I'm sure he will sooner or later prove himself. Maybe he'll be a better leader than Scott. I mean, I think that Scott, me personally, I think Scott is good. I think he's a good alpha. I just feel like he hasn't proven to be the best alpha, or hasn't really proven his worth yet, in my opinion. I feel like he hasn't really done anything to really just say, for me to just say, man, you know who's a real true alpha? Scott. That's a real true alpha. Even though he is a true alpha, I mean that as in, you know, he hasn't really done anything to make me believe that he deserves to be the true alpha. Now, who do I think deserves to be a true alpha? Styles? Shit. Who else? Jackson? Can we bring Jackson back? But last but not least, before I let y'all go, I want to talk about Sheriff Stilinski's wife, Styles' mom, or is it? I don't know, because I don't believe they ever showed a picture of her. Maybe they did. I don't remember. But is that Styles' mom? If you remember, Styles' mom died from a disease. I think the same disease that he was suffering from when we had Void Styles. Yes. Best season in my opinion. But so yeah, she died from that. So, how is she here? This is actually going to be interesting. This is going to be real interesting. I want them to explain it. I want to know, how is she there when she died? I don't know. Did they think that it would be hard, like the Ghost Riders? Did they think that it would be hard to erase him from Stilinski's brain, since it was just the two of them? So do they have the ability to bring back his mom and make it seem like she never even died, to replace Styles? You know, so he has her, so he doesn't have the need to need him, so he doesn't have any memories of him, because she's filled his spot, but as being her own person. I don't know if I confused y'all. Hope I did. But man, this season actually is, so far on the second episode, is turning out to be good. It is. But hey, I think I've taken up a lot of y'all time. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to even listen to what I have to say. And thank you for all the support. If you liked my review or have anything to say, please like, comment, and subscribe. And do your boy a favor and share. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. Deuces. Unless I'm erased from your memory, then I guess you won't remember me.